Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, success is not about wealth, fame, or achievements. It is about how you choose to live every single day. It is about resilience in the face of failure, belief in the face of doubt, consistency in the face of difficulty, gratitude in the face of struggles, purpose in the face of pain, and kindness in the face of everything. You are already capable. You are already strong. You are already enough. Go out and create success, not just for yourself, but for the world. Success is not defined by how many times you avoid failure, but by how many times you rise after falling. Resilience is the foundation of all great achievements because life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. No matter how prepared you are, you will face setbacks. You will experience moments where you feel like you've lost everything, where doors will close and where people will doubt you. But here is the truth. Setbacks are not the end of the journey. They are just a chapter in your story. What truly matters is how you respond. Resilience is the habit of standing up when everything around you tries to push you down. It is the ability to keep moving forward when your circumstances make you feel like giving up. When you develop resilience, you no longer see failures as signs to stop. You see them as opportunities to grow. Every challenge you overcome makes you stronger, wiser, and better prepared for the future. History is full of people who turned their struggles into stepping stones for success. They were not born extraordinary. They simply refused to let difficulties define them. The greatest leaders, the most successful individuals, and the most inspiring people all have one thing in common. They never gave up. Think about it. Every dreamer who made history had reasons to quit. Every entrepreneur, artist, or leader who changed the world had moments of doubt, fear, and failure. But they understood that resilience is not just about survival. It is about transformation. It is about taking pain and using it as fuel to move forward. When life knocks you down, you have two choices. You can stay down or you can rise. The choice to rise is what makes you powerful. The choice to rise is what separates the successful from the defeated. Resilience does not mean that you will never feel pain. It does not mean that you will never cry, feel lost, or question everything. Resilience means that despite all of that, you keep going. It means that you find strength even in your weakest moments. It means that you trust the process even when you don't see immediate results. Building resilience is not something that happens overnight. It is a habit that you develop every day. It starts with your mindset, the way you perceive failures and difficulties. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, start seeing them as lessons. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Every time you overcome something difficult, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. Every time you refuse to give up, you build the foundation for long-term success. Remember this, life will test you, but your response will determine your destiny. Fall, but rise. Struggle, but keep going. Because resilience is not just a habit, it is the key that unlocks your success. Success begins in the mind. The way you see yourself determines the way the world sees you. Many people live their entire lives doubting their abilities, underestimating their potential, and allowing fear to control their decisions. But the truth is, you are the author of your own story. The moment you choose to believe in yourself, everything changes. Self-belief is not about arrogance. It is about recognizing your worth. It is about understanding that you have a purpose, that you are capable of growth, and that you have something valuable to offer to the world. When you believe in yourself, you stop waiting for external validation. You no longer need permission to chase your dreams because you understand that you are enough. The biggest obstacles to success are not external. They exist within the mind. Fear of failure, self-doubt, and the belief that you are not good enough are the real barriers that hold people back. But here's the reality. Everyone who has ever achieved greatness had moments of doubt. The difference is that they refused to let those doubts define them. They pushed forward, even when they were uncertain. Many people wait for the perfect moment to feel confident before they take action. But confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build. And the way you build confidence is by taking action, even when you are afraid. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable. Each small victory strengthens your belief in yourself, creating momentum toward greater success. The world is full of opinions. People will always have something to say about you. Some will encourage you, and others will doubt you, but their opinions do not define your reality. If you allow yourself to be controlled by what others think, you will never truly live. The most successful people understand that their self-worth is not determined by external approval. They listen to their own inner voice, trust their instincts, and move forward despite opposition. Believing in yourself also means embracing your uniqueness. No one else in the world has your exact experiences, talents, or perspective. When you recognize that your individuality is your strength, you stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it can make you feel like you are not good enough. But the truth is, you are on your own journey, and success looks different for everyone. Doubt will always exist, but the key is to take action despite it. Every time you overcome a challenge, every time you refuse to give up, you strengthen your belief in yourself. And when you truly believe in yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Stop waiting for permission to chase your dreams. Stop seeking validation from those who do not see your vision. You are already enough, already capable, already worthy. The moment you believe that, you unlock the power to create the life you were meant to live. Success is not the result of one grand action, but of small, consistent efforts repeated over time. Many people believe that achieving their goals requires perfection, that they must always be motivated, always make the right choices, and never make mistakes. But perfection is an illusion. The real key to success is not about being perfect. It is about showing up every single day, even when it's difficult. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. It is easy to start something with enthusiasm, but what truly matters is the ability to continue even when the excitement fades. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They are the ones who refuse to stop. They commit to steady progress, knowing that small steps, when taken consistently, lead to massive transformation. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the right moment to take action. They wait until they feel inspired, until they have the perfect plan, or until circumstances are ideal. But success does not wait for perfect conditions. If you rely on motivation alone, you will never be consistent because motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. What keeps you moving forward is discipline. It is the decision to keep going even when you don't feel like it, even when progress is slow, even when results are not immediate. Think of a drop of water falling onto a rock. One drop does nothing. 10 drops make no visible difference. But after years of steady, consistent drops, the water carves a path through the solid rock. That is the power of consistency. No effort is wasted, even if results take time to appear. Every action you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Many people give up because they focus too much on the end result instead of the process. They want instant success, instant growth, instant rewards. But true success requires patience. It is built through daily habits, waking up early, practicing a skill, working on your dreams, pushing past fear, and choosing progress over comfort. It is also important to remember that consistency does not mean never failing. You will have setbacks. You will make mistakes. There will be days when you feel like you are not making any progress. But that is part of the journey. What matters is that you get back up and continue. One bad day does not erase months of effort. What truly defines you is the ability to keep moving forward despite challenges. Success is not about taking giant leaps. It is about taking small, steady steps every single day. The power of consistency lies in its ability to transform your life in ways you never imagined. When you commit to your goals, when you show up daily, and when you trust the process, success becomes inevitable. Keep going even when it's hard. Keep showing up even when progress is slow, because in the end, the most consistent person always wins. Gratitude is a habit that has the power to transform your entire life. Many people believe that success and happiness come from achieving more, having more, and constantly striving for the next big thing. But true success is not just about what you accomplish. It is about how you feel along the way. And nothing shifts your mindset more powerfully than the habit of gratitude. When you focus on what you lack, you will always feel like something is missing. No matter how much you achieve, it will never feel like enough. But when you focus on what you have, even the smallest blessings become a source of joy and fulfillment. Gratitude does not mean that you ignore your problems or stop striving for improvement. It means that while you are working toward your goals, you also take time to appreciate what is already in front of you. I will be happy when I achieve this, or I will be grateful when I have that. But gratitude is not something that comes after success. It is what brings success. When you appreciate the little things, the people in your life, the opportunities you have, the lessons you've learned, you create a mindset that attracts even more blessings. The universe responds to a grateful heart. When you appreciate what you have, you invite more good things into your life. Gratitude also helps you overcome difficult times. Life is not always easy and challenges are inevitable. But even in the darkest moments, there is always something to be thankful for. Maybe it's the strength you have to keep going, the support of a loved one, or the lessons hidden in your struggles. When you shift your focus from what is wrong to what is still right, you gain a new perspective, one that allows you to find hope even in hardship. Successful people understand that gratitude is not just an emotion, it is a practice. They take time each day to reflect on what they are thankful for, whether it is writing in a journal, expressing appreciation to someone, or simply pausing to acknowledge their blessings. They make gratitude a daily habit. This habit changes the way they see the world. It makes them more positive, more resilient, and more open to opportunity. Gratitude also strengthens relationships. When you express appreciation for others, it deepens connections and builds trust. People are drawn to those who recognize and acknowledge their efforts. A simple thank you can make someone's day. And when you make gratitude a habit, you create an environment where kindness and positivity thrive. Gratitude is a choice. You can choose to focus on what is missing, or you can choose to focus on what is present. You can dwell on problems, or you can celebrate progress. The habit of gratitude does not just make you happier, it makes you more successful. Because when you appreciate what you already have, life has a way of giving you even more to be grateful for. Pain is an inevitable part of life. Everyone at some point faces struggles, disappointments, and hardships. But what sets successful people apart is how they choose to respond to their pain. Some allow their difficulties to break them, while others use them as fuel to rise higher. The most inspiring stories are not of those who never faced challenges, but of those who transformed their pain into purpose. Every failure and every heartbreak carries a lesson. When you go through difficult times, you have two choices. You can let the pain consume you, or you can let it shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate person. The most successful individuals in the world did not have easy lives. They faced rejection, loss, and struggles. But instead of being defeated, they found meaning in their suffering. They understood that pain is not meant to destroy us, it is meant to teach us. There is power in perspective. When you go through challenges, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? This simple shift in mindset allows you to see difficulties not as punishments but as opportunities for growth. Pain teaches resilience. It forces you to dig deep and discover strengths you never knew you had. It pushes you to step out of your comfort zone and become a better version of yourself. Many of the greatest leaders, artists, and change makers in history turned their struggles into something meaningful. They took their deepest wounds and used them to inspire, heal, and uplift others. Instead of being defined by their pain, they used it to create impact. If you look at your own life, you will realize that some of your greatest moments of growth came after difficult experiences. Pain has a way of shaping us in ways that comfort never can. Transforming pain into purpose also means using your experiences to help others. When you go through a struggle, you gain wisdom, empathy, and understanding. Your story, your journey, and your lessons can be a source of hope for someone else. When you choose to rise above your pain and share your story, you become a light for those who are still in darkness. But this transformation does not happen overnight. Healing takes time, and finding meaning in your struggles is a process. The first step is to accept your pain instead of running from it. Feel it, understand it, and then decide what you will do with it. Will you let it define you, or will you use it to grow? Every challenge carries a hidden gift. Sometimes it is strength, sometimes it is wisdom, and sometimes it is the opportunity to make a difference in someone else's life. When you stop seeing pain as an obstacle and start seeing it as a teacher, you unlock a new level of success and fulfillment. You realize that your struggles were never meant to break you, they were meant to build you. And when you embrace that truth, you turn your pain into a powerful force for change. The people you surround yourself with shape the person you become. Your environment, the conversations you engage in, and the relationships you invest in all play a crucial role in your success. No matter how ambitious or talented you are, if you constantly surround yourself with negativity, doubt, and discouragement, it will drain your energy and limit your potential. On the other hand, when you choose to be around those who uplift, inspire, and challenge you to grow, you create an environment where success becomes inevitable. Successful people understand the power of association. They do not spend time with those who hold them back. Instead, they intentionally build relationships with individuals who share their vision, support their dreams, and push them to become better. The company you keep influences your mindset, your habits, and your level of motivation. If you spend time with people who complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity, you will unconsciously adopt the same mindset. But if you surround yourself with those who are passionate, driven, and focused on growth, you will be inspired to do the same. Think about a plant. No matter how strong its seed is, if it is placed in poor soil, deprived of sunlight, or surrounded by weeds that take away its nutrients, it will struggle to grow. But when it is placed in rich soil, nurtured with water and sunlight, and protected from harmful elements, it flourishes. The same principle applies to your life. You must be intentional about where you plant yourself and who you allow into your space. One of the most important decisions you will ever make is choosing your inner circle wisely. The people closest to you should believe in your potential, even when you doubt yourself. They should challenge you to aim higher, remind you of your strengths, and encourage you to keep going when times get tough. These are the relationships that fuel your journey, and these are the people who will celebrate your success with genuine happiness. It is equally important to distance yourself from toxic relationships, those who constantly criticize, discourage, or drain your energy. Sometimes, these people are not bad individuals, but they may not align with the future you are trying to create. Learning to set boundaries and walk away from environments that hinder your growth is an act of self-respect. Surrounding yourself with the right people does not mean you only connect with those who agree with you. It also means seeking mentors, role models, and friends who challenge your thinking and push you beyond your comfort zone. Growth happens when you are in an environment that stretches you, not one that keeps you stagnant. Success is not just about what you do, it is also about who you do it with. Choose wisely, build connections that inspire you, protect your energy, and invest in relationships that help you become the best version of yourself. Because when you surround yourself with the right people, you are already halfway to success. Success is not a destination. It is a journey shaped by your habits, mindset, and the choices you make every day. It is built on resilience, the ability to rise after every fall. It is fueled by self-belief, the courage to trust in your own potential. It is strengthened by consistency, the commitment to show up and keep going, even when results are not immediate. Gratitude turns every challenge into a lesson and every small achievement into a source of joy. The struggles you face are not meant to break you, but to shape you into someone stronger. When you transform pain into purpose, you turn your hardships into a powerful story of growth and impact. But no one succeeds alone. The people you surround yourself with determine the direction of your life. Choose those who inspire, challenge, and uplift you. Distance yourself from negativity and create an environment that nurtures your dreams. Success is not reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone willing to cultivate the right habits. It is not about luck, it is about choice. Every small step you take today brings you closer to the life you envision. Believe in yourself. Stay consistent. Embrace gratitude. Find purpose in your struggles, and surround yourself with the right people. When you do this, success will not just be a possibility, it will be a certainty.